Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Overlord 2. So, the last piece of the tower heart of the old tower has been eaten by this giant slug, which means we're gonna need to probably set the greens in a point, and let's see if maybe we can set the reds in a point too. So let's see, greens over there, reds over here, and browns. And we'll just go ahead and take this guy out as fast as possible. This guy's a pushover. This should be a big boss fight, and I'm taking him out pretty easily with just decent strategy. Alright. And the blues can absorb that magic. We collected them all. Oh, are we doomed? Let's try this. Oh wow, it says escape. Okay. Well, I just died. That sucked. So the Empire can surround us. Oh man, how many pieces do we have to collect? Oh man, when did this last? Okay, there's only one left. So this auto saved. Alright, well, this guy I believe is supposed to take us this direction. I think. Is this the way? No, it's this other direction. It's over here. So it almost doesn't matter if you play well or not. You're in a position where you're going to potentially die anyways and lose all the minions. Let's see. Break all of that for whatever that's worth. We probably only have 2 more upgrades. So same thing we did before. We put that there. We put that there. And then we just put the browns here. And we have them take on the guy. And then we use our heavily upgraded spell power to do as much damage as possible. Like he would be doing some magic damage to me. Alright. So grab all that life force and grab the piece and let's get out of here. The game did not give us.
It's not Elf Outlaw! Mercy! Mercy! Please have mercy! We have no need for mercy.
Yeah. And we have
justice. To the arena with him! No! No! Please save! Save me! Save me!
I guess that's one arena fight that won't last too long. Saves you having to kill him.
So now we're just running. I don't know what he just did, but I can't escape this way. Okay, so there is more of a fight here than I thought. Alright. Get him. That's like all my spell. Everybody. Like, clearly there. Maybe I'm supposed to be using this guy to break the barriers, but I'm just gonna kill him. Grab some more blues. We're kind of low on blues to be doing that, but whatever. This way has kind of nothing. This is just another fight. Open the gate. Come over here. Take a look over. I mean, we could fight that guy or we can just ignore it, and I don't see a real reason to fight him. That seems like that would just increase the potential death count for a small amount of health when there's very possibly easier ways to get health. Maybe we'll have to at some point come back and kill enemies like that later on, but right now there's no reason. Alright,
You choose all.
destroy these things. A little bit of health. We don't even need the health. Alright, come on. Resurrect. Resurrect the fallen blues. I guess I should get in here and help out. We're still in a weird position where that happens a lot. Like, you have instances where I probably should jump into the fight and help out, but I'm not, and you can still kind of win. I guess the game does consistently, at this point I'd like the music to stop playing too. Is that killing any of my minions? Not really. Yeah, I'd like to see it where I could always jump in the fight and start attacking. Perhaps it really needs to be a system where the minions will not attack unless they see you attack. That would be interesting. Pick that up. It's a black lotus, is what I've started calling them. Yeah, if you had to get in the fight, if your life was always in jeopardy, it brings the action certainly to it. And down we slide. And where are we going? Like, where are we? We've been all over this map. If I go this way, it goes to the Queen. If I go other directions, I could eventually escape back, but I think I'm supposed to go to where the Queen is. Alright, this was where the Queen was. She's moved on. So this is I assume a shortcut to the last sanctuary. Says revisit conquered lands to harvest life force and treasure. So even the game is telling me that's where I should go. So we may get a third mistress here in this Feyland, or we may just hit an elevator's thing we can't reach. It's been a while since we've seen this. And
I have assembled the artifact, Dark One, but it has very little power left. The Empire seek to force their way into the last sanctuary, and from there into your realm. If you really believe this can strike a decisive blow against Solarius, then I give you permission to charge it with energy from my 4 shrines in the lower caves. Alas, this will mean the destruction of the creatures that live there.
Wow, I'm glad I don't live in her domain.
Grave decisions must be made during a time of war, but I pray they will not suffer too long. I hope that this object is worth.
So there was a red-haired, a brunette, and a white-haired lady for a mistress.
Vile arena.
Couldn't happen to a nicer chap.
Go! We don't have long before they break through.
Okay. So start by taking that, and we're gonna charge up that health. Can you guys give me some food and magic and gold? I don't really need food. Okay. I was not expecting this quest to take this long, honestly, and I was not really expecting this to go into a storyline mission at all. So now we're in kind of a weird position where it almost feels like this quest could easily have been missed. And I guess we'll just go forward. Wouldn't it be funny if it turned out she was tricking us? And there was actually a pretty large overstatement of the danger, while she was working with the Empire the whole time. Where is that orb? They're on the elevator. So let's look around and break things and destroy things, loot and get life force and gold, and I suppose by doing this main story, by the time we get back to the tower, we will have a lot of gold. And it's sounding like we may be running into something more akin to puzzles than actually fighting people. Also, seems like there's definitely going to be some shortcuts that unlock here eventually. We still are very much just running into levels that this engine cannot render as a single level. It would have been so easy in a modern game for that elevator to simply line up and go to a new place in the same place without a loading screen. Alright, so what are these guys gonna do? I can't go any further this way. I can't go any further this way. And those guys are just standing there. Are they still holding it? No. So let's see what they do. Maybe I need to destroy the shrines.
Now, use your evil presence spell on the crystal to try transfer its energy into the tower heart.
On the crystal, it says.
Get the minions to carry the tower heart to the shrine, and let's juice this thing up.
Ah, and it refilled my mana as I was doing that too.
Oh no, your little ball thingy. Shame. It looked like it was going to be so shiny as well. I could have used it as my throne and sat on top of it like a queen.
I think you look much better under it.
Oh, either way, sire, you must get the tower heart back. It's not fully charged yet.
Yeah, and all I care about is the tower heart right now. I just want the tower heart. I did not think that it was going to be any more than just collecting the pieces. And that was that. Apparently I could leave this area once I find my way around. There's another spell catalyst. 1, 2, 3. This looks like a puzzle, yeah. Looks like we've got puzzles all over the place. Can I sweep the minions up there? Not really. So, unless I get something there. And that looks like that might be more minions in case I lose something.
You've got a spell catalyst that'll allow you to do all kinds of interesting things with your spells.
Yeah, I should have 2 spell catalysts now, which means
Landed in the middle of a gnome village, sire.
I should be at max.
Squashed a few of the stunted little squelchers. Get it back. They start trying to live in it.
Alright. I don't know if I really need to be holding on to so many blues. So let's get rid of a lot of them and grab some reds maybe. There we go.
That's it, gnomies. If in doubt, run away. Right, let's find the next shrine, sire.
Let's see.
Better find something to cover that hole, sire. No one needs an exploding gnome stuck to them.
Is there a way to cover the hole? Do we come back this way and smack it? These guys are... is that all?
Harry, I don't want the soldiers getting into the Netherworld. There's a bit too much Empire in here as it is.
These gnomes are killing me. I need health quick. I'm about to lose. Oh my goodness. I'm about to lose to gnomes. Ugh. Seriously, every time I die in this game, it feels like it is a cheap death. Like a really, really cheap death. I guess I could have run back this direction.
That's it, gnomies. If in doubt, run away.
So.
Right, let's find the next shrine, sire.
Blue. You go and grab that. And you bring that over here. And you start bringing that this way. Right now.
Blues, reds, you choose all.
Alright, now. While these guys are attacking, let's see if we can kill as many of these guys as possible.
Harry, I don't want the soldiers getting into the Netherworld. There's a bit too much Empire in here as it is.
So the gnomes that are out and about right now are fine. I can take them on perfectly well. They're not a problem. It's just the gnomes that appear once you move this spot.
Better find something to cover that hole, sire. No one needs an exploding gnome stuck to them.
Yeah. And even though we're killing a decent amount of gnomes, we're still not really getting a lot of them. Interesting. And the game just crashed. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. The game basically had been running for 170 hours at that point, so one crash when you're pushing a game that hard is not super surprising. This did start me in the throne room, and I had to fast travel to where I am now, if that matters too much. But otherwise, we're kind of fine. Like, unless we run into a situation where the game is going to crash consistently, I'm willing to explain that pretty easily. It's just a one little fluke thing. All right.
You choose all.
Why is that one closed? Interesting. Why are these closed now? Just trying to kill as many of these guys as possible. Give me as much life as possible. Yeah, it's weird. There are like ones that are closed, but you can't sweep the minions into the gnome hives, these gnome holes, and have them kill more people. Interesting. So maybe we'll come back at some point. The only thing I guess I could think of is, like, I was trying to use lightning in an upward direction. Maybe the game crashed because of that, or because I was moving two things at the same time, which seems questionable that would be the problem. Let's just see if this crashes again.
Better find something to cover that hole, sire. No one needs an exploding gnome stuck to them.
Yep, and that's fine. And there's like these tree gnomes. I guess I can hit the tree gnomes, and that works. So yeah, no, just hitting the trees alone does seem like it will kill them. Maybe this will do a massive amount of damage and death
I don't want the soldiers
to
getting
the
into the Netherworld. There's a bit too much empire in here as it is.
yeah. I think we need to send 5 reds here to take it, and then just, I think we'll just leave everybody else standing here, over there. That way.
Now cast your evil presence spell on the crystal.
It's a gift from the earth.
Wow, a shiny gift.
Quick, we must bring it to the others.
What are we doing? Like, what are these? Some kind of new, like, creatures. Are you gonna absorb the fire in any way? Maybe I should have brought more fire people with me. Like, are we supposed to be killing these guys or what? I mean, that's not incredibly hard to kill. So maybe that's what we're trying to do. So it seems like there are certain angles where I have to be a little bit closer.
All clear, sire. If you could find some way of bringing those lizards around to our way of thinking, Lord, they might make suitable mounts for your reds.
So the reds are going to get mounts. So the reds, the browns, and the greens have mounts. Blues, I imagine, will also get a mount at some point. That being said, we either lost all of our...
Our queen clearly doesn't know bad vibes when she sees them.
Alright. Well, this says 5, and I only have 3. Can I just kill that guy? Apparently, it's easy enough. Those guys are dead. And we're back here. 1, 2. So grab about 5 of those. Grab about 5 of those. I bet we probably don't need... Probably 10 of those would have been good. I hope I didn't lose a bunch of minions and that they just went back. But who knows, that could have been it. In the end, we're still playing off the hope, and it really is just a hope that this will end in our end in us having a tower heart that gives us minions.
Red Shroud!
No shiny thing for you.
Browns!
Leave him alone, you bully.
Alright. That switched. And 1.
Oh no, he's bringing us down.
I don't know what I'm really doing, and I don't know if it's really working.
Oh no, he's bringing us down.
Like, it feels like these guys are supposed to be harassing my guys,
Oh no, he's bringing us down.
but
Oh no, he's bringing us
it's
down.
like slowly doing that.
There's no choice.
We'll have to hurt you.
And that just brings us up here. And we've got some life force here in this. And some life force here in this. And we're kind of moving around. We moved up just to obviously fall down again. Okay. So where are we on our numbers? We've made great progress on blues. We're at over 100 now. We're not really getting a lot of brown life force, and red and green is still staying pretty well set. We have $7,200. orbits of gold, whatever it is. Our max horde size is at 40. I imagine it stops at 50. If it doesn't stop at 50, then there's probably going to be something that just doubles your horde size. Maybe getting the Tower Heart does that. We are halfway through as far as charging the Tower Heart, and looking at the map that's being shown to us, it's actually, I think, a deceptive map, because it's really showing us two different levels that are two different maps. So yeah, we still are gonna go with the story and charge the Tower Heart, and then we'll go back to Nordberg Town. There's not been a really great place to do that. Again, for the game crash, I think leaving a game running for what has now been probably 2 weeks straight, 170 hours, is asking a lot for old games. This definitely is an old game. It's an old, like, Xbox game that first thing it asks you is what profile are you going to use, which that's certainly terminology that's not something from PC days. It's not what save file are you going to use, or do you want to load a different save file. It's what profile, as in we'll have multiple save files potentially for different profiles. So yeah, old Xbox games, even now modern console games these days, even modern PC games these days, really are not programmed or tested to run in the long run. So if they have a little bit of a memory leak and it just takes up more RAM and more RAM and more RAM until it crashes, or if it has a number overflow where there's like a timer of how long the game has been running and that just goes up and up and up until it crashes, or some other bug like that that would never be noticed in a reasonable amount of time, because when you're doing QA on a build for a game, you're probably never letting that build run longer than a day or two. So yeah, not a huge legitimate complaint to make, although in a perfect world all software should be able to run as long as possible. For me, for a lot of people, it makes sense to leave a game running in Alt Tab, because you don't want to lose any bit of progress. I did lose progress because it crashed. I did have to go back and do some stuff. Even games that checkpoint very frequently can't really checkpoint continuously, otherwise it will wear out your hard drive with all the save files and the reads and the writes. So being able to multitask, being able to pause a game and leave it going is still something that should be improved upon. And it's not just for PC gamers. Plenty of kids, if you only can play a game on the weekend and that game doesn't save very well, yeah, you might pause the console and just leave it paused, switch the TV input so nobody knows, leave it paused for a week, and then come back on the weekend, the next weekend, and play. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game after my wish list. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.